All right. So you're probably wondering, how does something happen like this? How do people that get together in a crowd of other people stampede and crush one another to death? And, this got me kind of pissed off because this is what I talk about all the time to individual people. Because, see, in my view, this would not happen with a crowd of responsible people that, even though they may be excited about something, they're responsible enough, they have enough knowledge to know if you see a crowd of people that are bunched together and it's packed like a sardine, you should know better. I would, if I seen that, I would walk the opposite direction. I wouldn't keep walking towards a crowd of a packed part. Like, if I seen that this whole street was packed with people and there was buildings around where there was nowhere to go, I would go the opposite way, because I'm not stupid. I can think for myself. And do you want to know how this happens? And look, to the people that died, I don't wish that for anybody. I don't want anybody to die. That's not the reason I'm doing this video. But I even talked about this the night before yesterday. Well, it was the 29th. I did a video early in the morning when it was still dark about us being responsible for ourselves. And here I wake up and I see this. I didn't get up till about 2 something in the morning, so it was still nighttime, and I seen this on the news, and I just said, I just did a video about being responsible, but it was too long. That's why I didn't upload it, because it was like an hour-long video. And the reason that this happens is because when excited and gullible, irresponsible people get together in crowds, it is the most potent, dangerous thing that you can possibly put together, is irresponsible, excited, and gullible people together in a crowd. And everybody goes, oh, well, they were just having fun and it was a festivity and an accident happened. No. See, that's what dumb people think. Dumb people think that kind of stuff. And another reason I'm doing this video is because I know this is a little outside of my character, but lately I just see this whole thing with, it's not that I hate people. It's the way that people think. It's the way that people carry themselves, and people that are not responsible for themselves. This is the kind of shit that happens. This is why people that don't look into logical thinking and understanding and knowledge, and they're not responsible for themselves, and they don't look into these things. This is why things like this happen, is because of stupid people that get together in crowds. And I'm sorry to say, it's nothing against the people that died. It's nothing against the people that got hurt. It's nothing against them. But you hear in the comment section, like I was on the one news thing reading the comments, and it kind of makes you sick, because these people are on there and they're totally oblivious, totally oblivious to how these things happen, why they happen, because they're the gullible sheep. They're the ones that don't realize that they are the ones that cause this shit. It's people. It's people and the way they think. And then you hear these comments like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that this happened. My condolences." And then they write these like things, these soft things, because they don't even understand that the reason that happened was because of them people. That's the reason that these types of things happen, is because of excited, gullible, and irresponsible people. Because like I said, people that are responsible and people that know better and people that can sniff out when something is wrong or I need to get away from this situation, you won't get yourself into things like that. And that's why I get so pissed off, is because we as people are just so ignorant and so gullible. And it's like there's so many of these kinds of people in the world. And I hate to say this, but it's like, I don't like most people. I'm talking about most people. I don't like being around them, because they can't think for themselves. They can't think rationally. They can't think when they're getting into a dangerous situation. They can't tell the difference between danger or no danger. They can't tell the difference between being gullible or not gullible. They can't see the difference in these things. And like I said, it's not that I hate people. I do not like the way people think. I do not like the way that people's mindsets are. I do not like how gullible people are. I do not like how stupid most people are. Most people can't even think for themselves. And I know people say, "Oh, it's just an innocent festivity where people got together and something happened." Well, the thing is, it would have never happened. See, this is why I stay away from crowds of people. I stay away from the crowds. I stay away from crowds of indoctrinated people. I stay away from crowds of gullible sheep, basically, because if you're somebody that, I'm not saying some people celebrate holidays for fun, and some people, they like celebrating a holiday, but I don't celebrate holidays anymore. I could give a shit about Halloween. I can honestly give a shit about Halloween. Fuck Halloween, really. But anybody who does, whatever. You can do whatever you want to do, but I don't care. I'm not going to say like happy Halloween and all this, because I could give a shit. I could give a shit if you celebrate Halloween. And what it is, it's a bunch of people getting together that are kind of sheep-minded, and they get together in these festivities, and they get excited because of something. And see, this is what irrational, unintelligent beings that cannot think for themselves do. And I really hate to use this as an example, because I am in no way getting on the people that got hurt and killed, because I don't do that. That's not my style. I don't sit here and rag on people because something like that happened. But the reason that it happened is what we're missing. The reason why a bunch of irresponsible, gullible, excited people got together and they killed one another because of that. See, this is what we miss, but this is where everybody goes. They'll call you every single name that they can call you. "Oh, how can you say that? You're this and that." No, it's, if they would have knew better, they wouldn't have done that. It would have never happened. That's why if you had 1,001 me's in a crowd, that would never happen, because I know better than that. Just say there was 20,000 people there, and there was 20,000 people that thought like me. that would have never happened because I wouldn't allow myself to be in a crowd and I'm at some festival and I'm dressed as Dracula and I'm so excited that it's Halloween and I'm drinking a little, and you know, this kind of stuff, it pisses me off. It really gets me angry because people wonder why people get killed. People wonder why rappers are getting killed. People wonder why there's violence in Chicago, and people wonder why all this shit happens. It's because of you idiot people that cannot think. You're not using your mind. You're not using your brain. You're unintelligent. You're dim-witted. And then this kind of shit happens. And I'm not the bad guy. I'm the guy that's trying to tell you something. I'm the guy that's trying to say, look, if you don't want to get killed, or you don't want to get injured, or you don't want to have something bad happen, you should know to stay away from that kind of stuff. You know, but people, they gravitate towards them things. They see a crowd of people that are being smashed in one place. They keep going to the crowd. They keep running towards the crowd. How dumb can you be to do that? How dumb can you be to do that? And it's just an irony that, like I said, before Halloween night, I did a video about being responsible for everybody to think before they do things. And I did a whole big video on this. And here I wake up, so later on, a couple hours later, you know, about, I don't know, 12 hours later or so, 100 some people are dead and 100 some people are injured in South Korea. So this is what I'm saying. This is why I tell everybody, you just don't realize, you don't understand that there are a lot of people out here. There are a lot of unintelligent, gullible, ignorant, irresponsible people out here. And this is why I say, don't be another one of them. You know, it's like there's so many of these types of people, and I hate calling this out. I hate talking about it. I hate bringing it up. I didn't even want to do a video about this, but this is something that just got me flaming because it all has to do with ignorance. It all has to do with a lack of knowledge. That's what it all came from. This event in South Korea, Halloween Day 2022, happened because of a lack of knowledge. Excited people that couldn't control themselves because they were excited and they were irresponsible and they were gullible and they didn't realize what they were getting into because they had the sheep mentality. Look what happened. They stomped out 150 of their own people. They killed 150 of their own people. And if that doesn't get you pissed, then that means that you're somebody that you don't care. You don't care, and you are the problem. If you don't care, because listen, there's going to be kind of a change on this channel because I'm not pussyfooting around with stuff anymore. I'm tired of kind of holding my tongue and being like, it's time to take action with things. It's time to speak up. It's time to do something about things that are wrong and quit talking about it, because really we can sit here and we can talk and we can talk and we can talk and we can talk our whole lives and we can do 1,000,001 videos on YouTube, but that's not really doing anything, even though nothing's getting done here anyway, because we're all gonna die one day, and you know, we all know this, but there's so many people that just, they'll sit and complain about their situation over and over and over again, and then they don't do nothing about it. And then when these kinds of things happen, not just this, it's a bunch of other things too. Then when it happens, they go, oh, well, how did it happen? Oh, I'm sorry that this happened to you. I didn't want this to happen. Well, then you should have thought about it before you did it. And this is for everybody. This isn't just for one person and whatever. It's even people that come to my platform. I'm even talking about you. I'm probably more specifically talking about you than anybody, because if you don't listen, then I'm talking to the air, because it's not them people. It's you and I. It's you and I that need to know these things. And I'm so tired of everybody passing the judgment off on everybody else but themselves. I'm so tired of hearing everybody blame everybody but themselves. You know, they point the finger at everybody but themselves. Then that's the thing with this world, is that nobody is taking a look at their own lives. Nobody is researching things for themselves. Nobody is looking into things for themselves. Nobody is taking the time to study and observe and do things for themselves. And then we wonder why these things happen. We wonder why there's so much violence. We wonder why there's so many people dying in these stupid, awkward situations that didn't need to happen. We wonder why the shit happens. It's because of our ignorance. It's because a lack of knowledge. And then other people would go, oh, it was just an accident. It was just an accident that happened to happen at a festival in South Korea. And, you know, just because you don't live in South Korea, or you're not South Korean, or you don't know anybody from there, this happened to human beings. It happened to a live person. But yet people don't care. They don't care. They won't learn nothing from this. They won't learn anything. They'll see it. They'll see what happens. They will say, oh, what a shame that happened. This is horrible that this happened. How could this have happened? It happened because of lack of knowledge. It happened because of gullible, excited, irresponsible people that got together in a crowd because of some festivity that doesn't mean anything anyway. You could celebrate like this every day of your life. Why wait till Halloween to do it? Why wait till October 29th, 2022 to go into a crowd of people and celebrate something? You could do that every day. See, this is just how I am completely gone from the fabric of holidays, getting involved with the things that the norms that people do, and the way that people think, and the way that people react to things, and the way that everybody just blames everybody else, but they don't realize that they are the problem. You and I are the problem while we're here. And if the problem doesn't change, if you don't change the way that you think, if you don't listen, you are what you think. Period. Whatever you think is how you are. If you think every day that you're a piece of shit and you're never going to do nothing with your life, then you're going to keep living that way every single day. Nothing is going to change. You are what you think. And look, I'm even telling myself this. I'm not even really telling you, even though I am telling you, I'm telling myself this too. If I am miserable and I kind of don't have anything to live for, then I have to do something to get myself out of that misery. I have to do something to keep myself occupied. If I keep thinking that I can't do something, then I'm never going to do anything about anything. And that's not really why I wanted to make this video. It's just to spread awareness, because there is not enough awareness in this world. There is not enough knowledge in people's minds and their thinking. And there's so many people that they don't even realize that they are the sheep out here. They are the sheep waiting for the slaughter. They don't even realize that they are pushing themselves and they are heading towards their own slaughter. They don't even realize this. This is the thing that kills me, is people, they're so selfish and self-absorbed, and they're so into their own thoughts of what they think is right or how they think things should be, that they never even looked into anything else besides what they think is right, or what they think that people should be, or how they think the world is. And they never even looked into anything else. This is what I'm saying. It's just, I'm to the point where I am just done with people in general. I am done with the only people that I even, if I'm even around anybody, it's people that can think for themselves. It's people that can make rational decisions for themselves. It's people that have something going for themselves. I don't even want to be around people anymore that they don't have nothing. They're not doing anything. They're just, all they do is sit around and blame other people and talk about other people all day long. And every problem they have is from another person. It's because another person. No, you are the problem. I am my own problem. You are your own problem. It's just everybody wants to put the blame off on somebody else. They want to just shove all their shit on the somebody else or the world. And I understand how easy it is to do that. And I really didn't want to go on a rant like this and get this kind of excited and however, but it's like people just aren't listening. It's like something is not getting through to people today. There is some kind of tone deafness going on with people. It just doesn't register in their minds when people like me that been through a lot of shit, and I understand things, and I understand people, and I understand the human condition, and I understand how people, get jealous and envious and angry and filled with hate, and people do all these things that people do. I understand how people do that. But see, the thing is, when the person doesn't want to face that themselves, they are the ones that run away from the situation. See, they don't want to confront their situation. So why are they going to want to confront someone like me? Why would they listen to somebody like me that's actually telling them the reality of reality? They don't want to. This is why I said, you know what? People that don't want to hear it, or are scared, or they just totally reject it and go away, that's fine, because I know those people, they don't want to get it for themselves. They don't want to understand. They don't want to learn. They don't want to gain knowledge. They don't want to take a look at their lives. They don't want to confront themselves. They don't want to expose their own lives and what they've been doing their whole lives. They don't want to do it because they're addicted to something. They're addicted to a certain lifestyle that they don't want to change. They don't want to do anything about it. They just want to, it's just like the saying, the pig returns to his slop. It's just like the pig goes, the dog pukes, and he returns to his puke. They barf it up and they eat it again. That's what so many people are doing nowadays. And they don't realize that they're doing it. And I get sick and tired of the ignorance. I get sick and tired of people's stupid shit, man. I just get so tired of it. And that's why I don't want to be around anybody, because they don't have anything going for them. They're not doing anything. They're not making any kind of change. They're not doing anything different. They're not thinking differently. They're not even thinking in the first place. This is the thing I'm saying. You're either a thinker or you're a stinker, and you don't care about anything. You have no empathy for nothing. You just care about yourself. You care about your own selfishness. You're a narcissist. You're all these things, and only you know if you're like that. I can't tell you if you're like that. Only you know that. And if you don't know, I can't know. I can't know for you. And this is the thing. I'm telling you, this is the key element what I'm saying here. All of these things come from a lack of knowledge. It's that easy. A lack of knowledge destroys the people. It's that plain and simple. But most people, they don't want to know knowledge. They just want to stay in their own little ball of a delusional reality or their own little fantasies that they're in, and they don't want to do anything about anything. So what can you do for those people? What can you do for people that just don't care about anything? What can you do for people that just will step on you and walk away and just leave you there to die? What are you supposed to do about people that don't want to help themselves? You can't do anything for these people. It's kind of like you have to, it's almost like, I know for me, in order for me to see how I was, I had to go through some really hard times. I had to be completely miserable. I had to be like suicidal. I had to be in this thing where I was going through hell in my life to actually wake the fuck up to what was going on. And I know I still have all my problems. I still have these little problems and these little things going on. But the thing is, most of this shit is irrelevant. A lot of these things are irrelevant, but the things that are relevant, we don't want to know about. We don't care about. We just say, oh, well, that's somebody else's problem. You know, that's the South Koreans' problem because they all got together in a festivity and smashed one another and crushed one another and killed one another and injured one another. Oh, well, that just happened in South Korea. That's way in South Korea. It's not here. It has nothing to do with where I'm at. No, it has everything to do with where you're at because you're a human being too, and you're here. And I know everybody uses the excuse that, oh, I never wanted to be here. I don't want to be here. It's like, you know, fuck everyone and everything. And I just want to die and fuck the planet. And I don't care about nothing. Listen, that's your problem. That is your problem, is because you think about this stuff all the time and you're convincing yourself of these things. And look, I could do that too. I can do that too. It's so easy to speak negative. It's so easy to just get on everybody else. It's so easy to just say, I have this problem and I'm going through this and I don't like this. And I could just go on and on and on and on and on with that. But then I say, what is that doing for me? What is that doing for me? What is it doing for me? It's not doing anything for me at all, even though if I would do something, I would rather be doing something though. I would rather be exposing it or bringing it up or talking about it or telling people about it or doing something so that I don't have to sit in my misery and wallow in my pain or wallow in my suffering or my mental state and all this. You know, it's, I don't know, man. Then when I say this, I feel like I'm kind of judging people. Then I feel like I'm being a hypocrite because I know I have some days kind of like today where I just want to start saying, you know, I don't care about anything. I don't care no more. It's like, I don't care what people are doing. I don't care what the world's doing. It's like, it's one of them days where I just, when I'm not with it, I just want to say, okay, well, screw everything because I'm not with it. And that is such a selfish way of thinking while I'm here. And it's so easy to do. It's so addicting to get into that state of mind where you're just so self-absorbed in yourself. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I don't even want to really, I don't really want to tell other people what they should or shouldn't be doing. But this is things where people just do not want to confront things. People do not want to expose things. People do not want to call things out. People do not want to get absolutely, brutally, honestly real with themselves and other people. And that's the problem with this planet, is we hide behind jargon. We hide behind euphemisms, and we hide behind smoke screens, and we put on our masks and our facades, and we say to people, oh, we're okay, when actually we're going through something, or it just goes on and on and on. You know, it just, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I'm just ready to, the way that I think about all this is just not the way that the rest of the world thinks, because I see what the rest of the world's doing. I see what people are doing. I see how people react. I see how people, you know, leave the comments they leave. I see how people make the videos they make and the things that they're talking about. And they're stuck in this place of just stuck. They're stuck. That's all I can say, is they're stuck. They're stuck in their thinking. They're stuck in their actions. They're stuck in their lives. They're stuck in their mental states. They're stuck. And I'm even referring to myself in this video. I'm referring to me too. I'm not even really talking about you. I'm really talking about myself in this video. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about me. But see, I don't want to be like that. And when I have these things happen, I face them and I confront them and I call them out and I say, look, this is bullshit, and I'm not going to let this bullshit consume me. So screw that. As long as I can do something to help it, then that's what I'm going to do. And if I have to do a video talking about it, then that's what I'm going to do. It's sometimes, you know, you don't have too many options, but there's always something there that you can do something about, even though, hey, look, yeah, it's probably all pointless in the end. This is probably all for nothing. We're living in a world where we're all gonna die, and we're all doing these stupid things, and people are ignorant, and there's people that help other people, there's people to get sick, and there's people that are healthy, and I understand all of this, but sometimes it's time to take an action with something. And then sometimes it's walk away from the situation, just like this situation in South Korea. If you were smart and you seen a whole crowd ahead of you, you should turn back and say, well, that looks dangerous. That looks like I can get crushed or hurt. And it's like people just can't, they're so caught up in their emotions. They're so caught up in their feelings and their excitement that's why I say they're gullible and they're irresponsible, because they're caught up in that. Do you understand what I mean? And the whole crowd was like that. The whole crowd was like that because that's the type of people that were there. Was excited, gullible, irresponsible people. And that's why that happened. Because all of them were thinking the same way and they crushed each other to death. It's like nobody wants to ever blame the people. See, nobody ever wants to blame themselves for what happens. This is what pisses me off. Nobody ever wants to take the responsibility to say, yes, I am the one that crushed them people. I am the reason they got injured. Everybody wants to write, oh, it's such a horrible thing, and I'm sorry that this happened. Yeah, well, you were responsible for it. You were the one responsible for it. See, they don't want to ever say, I was the one that caused it because of my ignorance. I was the one that caused that and did that. Do you think anybody there are going to say that? No, they're just going to say, oh, it was a tragedy, and it was an innocent festival where, oh, it was an accident that happened. No, it wasn't an accident. It was not an accident. Quit using an accident as an excuse, and take the responsibility for what you've done if you were somebody that was there. And I know people in South Korea, they most of them don't know English, but this goes for everybody. It's not just for the people in South Korea. It's for everybody. You see, if you would have known better, you wouldn't have done that, and it wouldn't have happened. That's the thing. And that's why it gets me so pissed off when people, they put it off on this. Oh, I'm so sorry that this happened. It was an innocent tragedy at a festival where people were just trying to have fun. No, that is the excuse. That's the excuse that we use for these things. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time with these rappers that get shot and killed. They are the reason that happened to them. And then everybody goes, oh, well, this is a tragedy and it shouldn't have happened, and the person that did it needs to get locked up. No, but see, you don't ever think that the person that got shot and killed, they were talking about shooting and killing people. They were talking about violence. They were talking about screwing everybody else's girlfriends, stealing things, machine gunning houses, and then you wonder why that happens. I mean, are we this gullible? Are we this dumb that we can't think about this? I'm done with it, man. I'm telling you, if you are anybody that listens to this junk, you are completely blind. You are foolish, blind, and gullibly stupid if you listen to this trash that these guys are putting out. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a subscriber. I don't care if you're someone that accidentally comes here. I don't care who you are. I don't care anymore. I don't need, people's approval. I don't need people's validation or for people to like me. I could really give a shit anymore. So anyway, I want to talk more about the situation, but I don't want to do a really long video. It's probably already long enough. So the thing is, we need to start taking responsibility for our own actions. That's what I'm saying. And our own lives. And the reason why a lot of the shit that happens in this world is because of us. It's not them and the world. It's because of me and you and them people. It's from everybody. But we all just want to pass judgment off on the next person to take it off of ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry this happened. It was a tragedy at an innocent festival. But if you would have known better, if these people would have known better and they were thinking for themselves, this would have never happened. See, we don't look at it that way. We don't look at it that way. We're so indoctrinated and entranced and we're blind. We don't realize what we're doing until it happens. And then when something happens, we use this condolences and love thing. And it's a tragedy. And I'm sorry, this shouldn't have happened thing. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Stop doing that bullshit. Fess up to what you did. If you did something, you did it. Call yourself out and say, look, I was wrong. I fucked up and it happened. Quit hiding. Quit hiding. I'm tired of people that hide. Just hide their whole lives. They hide from everything and then they blame everybody. They hide and they blame. I'm sick of that shit, man.